At once in Shogun Awful Dream, the new trailer uncovers a few subtleties with now not even in expression of change until the enormously final seconds, which aren't yet the musings or expressions of the Voyager next to being added into the Shogun's plane on the off threat which you see me this video. I'm able to separate the trailer speak me approximately who I take delivery of these characters or make clear what's happening within the trailer and why it gives us the subtleties we want to. At ultimate stroll in and purchase the Shogun as losing herself the main. I am presently endeavoring to arrive at 100,000 supporters if you're returning watcher, or alternatively if you're new to the channel, kindly remember hitting that like trap buying in to help the channel arrive at 100,000 endorsers earlier than the finish of 2021. Presently. Directly to the video. Toward the begin of the trailer, the composing shogunates portrayed within the initial scene with 3 companions. Begin from the left. The important man or woman I receive Sasa Yuri, the composing kid's previous tango, well known at the off hazard that you take a gander on the insightful eyes. You may see his shading range is like that of Kujo distresses, notwithstanding that he has darkish wings in a pink cowl that she wears today. The primary blaze the trailer eliminates to find the Shogun surging forward weapon attracted the determine of the remarkable snake or a boss. She behind the scenes. This is a concise portrayal of the combat depicted within the melody in a media debts between people of what's inside the island. Indian assume after the superb snake is stated to have unexpectedly attacked the location in which there's time everlasting at some stage. In this fight, protection changed into killed in event which is stated to have been Rage the Shogun. And then she plunged upon the monster, leaving no longer simply or a bossy and to the complete island the USA your regions. Well, unfortunately proper now we do not have numerous special subtleties of the deficiency of this individual. However, it is said that Sassy Yuri was of high reputation to Baal. It was a misfortune which weighed intensely upon her. The scene blurs back in and noticed Sirius long gone. Of the 2 left over with Baal, I accept this to be the solitary Geo character from the Mako she designs in the course of the disturbance 500 years prior. She battled for and anticipate utilizing the weapon growing material container the Kai Jin. We are given a fairly pinnacle to bottom depiction of the awful future of this individual in one of the many fights she battled, and for the us of time eternal, for the duration of the length of obscurity. She turned into gulped alive through a gigantic animal with the frame of a tiger within the tail of a snake. She become competently lucky to have undergo being burned through big numbers of her companions at fingers or not. She saw their frightful passings via the jaws of the monster. She became no longer honestly set in stone and in range. She applied her attention to tear the animal separated from inside, killing the monster and putting herself loose. The day changed into one, but it become now not without final results. Geo has modified in existence the dulby generated by the chemist's gold had burned through her honestly, yet in dying it had gobbled her brain. Murkiness of the darkish blood spoiled Geo until she became her blade towards the right and Shogun in the following combat all reduce off Cheeto's sword arm into clove one of her horns continually disfigured. The just one said to had been so cute it made Kitsune a website do wish to shroud her face in the back of a cover withdrew, escaping into the obscure stories instructed in the modern day. They say that her as soon as great provisions were contorted and changed with the aid of the agony and contempt of her accidents. The legend say because of this she was pressured with an obscure beast and killed, but maybe those are clearly phrases. In the interim we don't have the foggiest idea about it is viable. She may anyhow be obtainable. Besides, almost honestly, her bloodline is as but dynamic in and whilst her infant, because she do approve, took one extra call after the shame his Mother's double-crossing introduced upon them on account that she organized. Seen via and by way of blurs returned in to discover the Shogun with one closing partner closing I accept that is. Kitsune a psycho Itsune a cycle changed into likewise taken from the composing show and in the course of the age of the calamity inside the questline sacrosanct greater worn out a purging custom. We discovered of a definitive destiny of Kitsune as psycho she changed into lost vanishing finally. All through the disturbance stated to were devoured via dim will till her frame and reminiscences had been separated becoming foulness her body become forever misplaced her soul her recollections blended into the form of the holy vicinity girl in light of the truth that off-track enables the explorer performed out a succor a purifying custom inside the present-day day. Is that this finished product far from the as soon as serene scene performs out CNORA remarkable to new key defender of his development last in the back of baal. A innocent soul which regularly performed find the stowaway with ought to soon a psych but in the course of the disturbance he turned into fooled into gambling one final sport for his security the sport that's tragically accepts they are as but gambling as he turned into in no way made mindful of her passing in the course of the catastrophe looking to draw her back to the grocery store the brush used to play out the purging custom an occasion which added about an era becoming fixed in stone in which he truly remains. These days conserving no malevolence towards should soon a psych but is cautious about the folks who fixed him away. Scene blurs lower back morally justified and Shogun as portrayed by myself. Each one of different scenes and umbrella which have been to be had within the base left of the display is currently absent. Shogun length and it starts off evolved to rain. Downpour is cheap both. An instance and an actual portrayal of Baal's despondency she said quietly on my own improvements. Protected as her demeanor remains clear on her soreness indicates within the downpour illustrative of the tears she may not permit herself to shed and in short she sees an equal representation of herself. She's maintaining the umbrella shielding herself from the sorrow that she's included I receive this addresses her previous self man or woman she become earlier than the whole thing of this at any point happened all hastily surges looking to recapture what become misplaced but as she connects the shape disseminates letting her by using and by be she can't go back she like her companions has been everlastingly modified via the development of time the regular endlessness she vowed to individuals of Inazuma it's no longer however insignificant phrases to the companions. She's misplaced. The existences of ethics are not however a blaze of mile even with time everlasting. Boston her despondency the Shogun proceeds together with her venture forever in endlessness now. Not talented to those she held most pricey now there's just her tranquility of mind for specific goal of time eternal she can't accomplish this they were lost to no stop and this is the Shogun's terrible she can stay all endlessness. Well this is it for every one of the subtleties I discovered in the trailer at once in Shogun horrific dream observe that I did exclude a complete profound jump into any such characters chronicles when you consider that I be given we have lots to find out concerning that but with the intention to come at a few other point. But the off risk which you partook inside the video make certain to leave a like buy-in and don't forget to hit the ball image so that you're knowledgeable whilst my next video is going live. A debt of gratitude is so as for watching tape on his tail may also 7 aid you voyagers.